little bit of a roasting challenge for Bryant. A bunch of different path options.
Let's roll.
All right, we just wrapped up the cupping here on this natural Ethiopia. Hey friends, we're starting a quick series where we're going to use Path Intelligence to create profiles for coffees that we have never roasted before or that are new to us in our roastery. We're going to roast these coffees and then we're going to take them to the cupping table and taste them and sort of share our feedback and our notes with you. The very first coffee that we're starting this series is an Ethiopia. We chose that because it's classic, it's well known, everyone loves an Ethiopia. Natural process Ethiopias are really coffees that made us fall in love with coffee. We worked with our friends at Cafe Imports to select a couple featured coffees for this series, coffees from all over the world. So in Path Intelligence, I'm going to select Ethiopia here as the country of origin. This is a Chichele coffee from the Yirgacheffe region. I'm going to select our natural processing method, and then I'm going to hit evaluate. We're going to see Path Intelligence shares a bunch of different path options with us based on common drop temperatures for coffees like this. I can see that a lot of people like this coffee at like 402 as a finish temperature, and I'm going to select 400 as a finish temp for this first coffee. When I do that, Path Intelligence generates a starting path for us in the form of a profile, a roast curve. Again, a little bit of a roasting challenge for Bryant to ask him to replicate this profile. Follow along while he roasts it, and then tomorrow we're going to take these coffees to the cupping table and taste them.
We are back at the roaster, and Lauren has challenged me to roast a set of coffees that I have never roasted once in my life. And the first one that we are going to focus on today is a natural Ethiopia from Yirgacheffe. So I'm going to pull that coffee up in my library here, and I see there's the natural Ethiopia says 400 degrees as a finish temperature. So that gives me an idea of maybe I'm taking this more on like the lighter side. See that the total roast is about 11 minutes long. And so I'm thinking in my mind, like what other profiles I have like in my roasting history that kind of like line up with those similar landmarks. Charging at 465, I'm at my max power for electric. I'm gonna get beans in the hopper. Let's roll. All right, we're starting to move into our kind of turning point. Coffee smells nice. So I'm gonna start introducing some air. And now we're almost at peak rate of rise. So now I'll start to see where my landmarks are gonna start hitting here. See that I have about a minute before I get to that kind of expected time for green to yellow based on the path. That's starting to get into like some like toasty jam spread on toast, hitting peak rate of rise. I'm gonna go ahead and mark that. So at 410, 411, about 30 to 35 seconds before the challenge goal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to shift the profile. The reason we do this is that chemistry is most reactive at heat. The dry phase has a very little impact on flavor in the cup. Development time and finish temperature have the largest impact on flavor. Because the mid phase is a precursor to development, lining up our current green to yellow with the expected green to yellow target helps us maintain a similar roast trajectory. Starting to get a little bit of tan, some of that yellow, that golden yellow is starting to fade away. Overall, I like where this is heading. I see that I have enough heat to kind of like stay on the path that I'm working towards. A little bit of like dried pineapple, dried apricot, smelling nice, I like it. A little bit of vanilla. And I should start getting some outliers here pretty soon. Heard one pop. A couple of cracks starting to happen. I'm gonna go ahead and mark it right there. Now I'm gonna shift it and I'm gonna work at my development goal that was given to me. I'm gonna bring the profile back a little bit more to line up first crack, which I think this is really interesting. My first crack goal, I actually, from the original path, I got within about 5 seconds or so. It's just that we dried the coffee out a lot faster and had a much longer mid phase. That's very interesting. We're in line with where we want to head for our roast goal. 1055 looks like that target still in about 30 seconds. I should be around where I want to be. I'm not going to do anything with power or fan. This is looking really nice. It's kind of like golden raisin or like a really crisp and honey crisp apple. It's getting into apple season soon here in Minnesota. E97, let's get her out. We're going to cup this tomorrow and we'll see how it tastes.
All right, we just wrapped up the cupping here on this natural Ethiopia. We both really like this cup a lot. We got nice fruity flavors, blueberry, mixed berries, and like a nice sweet applesauce. balanced as well with some really nice high quality chocolate notes. This is kind of a classic natural Ethiopia, and I think this profile is very close to perfect for this type of a coffee. If we were to change anything, we might look at stretching out the mid-phase a little bit to just increase the body. It has a really nice juicy characteristic. I think that would give us a little bit more syrupy sort of heaviness, but otherwise a super good first pass. Thanks for following along.